And sometimes, you know what you know, and sometimes you don't know what you know, and sometimes you know what you don't know. And anyhow, so what do you know about the number 12? William Gladstone has a new novel out. It's called The Power of 12. 12 the book, 12thebook.com is the website. And Bill, welcome to the program.
Great to be back on your show, Tom. I'm holding up a copy of the book just so those who have the video can see it, The Power of 12. Very excited about this new book, and it is really ideal for your audience because I share a lot of the concerns that you air on your show. And even though it's a novel and it's fun and it's got great characters and a lot of humor in it, it really does address some of these bigger themes. Are we headed for doom? The Mayan themselves did not say we were headed for doom. The way our politicians behave, I think we might be. But we have the opportunity, according to indigenous prophecies, not just from the Mayans, but to actually create a world that works for everyone that is better than what we've experienced today. But there's got to be a lot of change. And I agree with what you just said to your last caller. Things may get a lot worse before they get better. But we are resilient, and we have the resources to really make a difference. And what The Power of 12 is really about is, in a fictional way, how people themselves, just by their own thoughts and activities and by connecting and using the technology we have today, can raise the issues that really matter and sort of bypass the existing economic and political systems to create a world that really works for all 7 billion of us.
We are talking with William Gladstone. His book, The Power of 12, 12thebook.com, 12thebook.com is the website. And, of course, the book is available anywhere and everywhere, and if you can't get it at your local bookstore, ask for it, or your local library. Bill, what is the... You said there are things that we can do and that you talk about in your novel to make this a better world, to make it a sustainable world.
The very first thing is just education and awareness. We need... You've written about this in some of your books. We've created an education system that trains people to be workers in corporations, and the corporations exist for the benefit of a few thousand, maybe tens of thousands of families, and not the world as a whole. And we just need to bring awareness to people that they have within their own unique gifts, the ability to be creative and to find work that is meaningful and that is not just make work to satisfy the needs of these large corporations, which exist really for one purpose only, which is to make money and satisfy the owners of those corporations with larger and larger profits. Yeah. There are some exceptions. The world is starting to change, and the changes are coming not because some benevolent dictator at a major corporation decided it was good for the corporation to start paying attention to the needs of the environment and the needs of the social community, but because the social community itself started putting pressure, either with their pocketbook by choosing to frequent companies that did take community into account rather than companies that didn't. So we, the people, really do have a lot of power, much more than we've ever had before. And though it may seem that we don't, as wealth has become concentrated in the hands of fewer and fewer people, we really can make a difference. And it's kind of like with the falling of the Berlin Wall. For decades, it seemed impossible. But then when it finally happened, it happened almost effortlessly, it seemed, and very quickly. And I predict that similar kinds of changes can happen even today.
Yeah, I don't disagree. In fact, I think that these kinds of transitions happen really fast. Like, I've been for a long time saying we should amend the Constitution to say that corporations aren't people and money is not speech. Mm-hmm. And people say, oh, there's been 29,000 attempts to amend the Constitution. Some constitutional amendments have taken 70 years. And I say, yeah, and the one to reduce the voting age down to 18 was introduced in March and was ratified in August of the same year. I mean, it is when the public is pregnant with change, when the times are pregnant with change, that birth, I mean, childbirth is a pretty instantaneous process compared to 9 months of gestation. And
I think you're making a great point there, Tom. And the whole point of my novels, both The 12 and The Power of 12, is really to capture indigenous wisdom and present it in a comfortable way for the modern person. I mean, in The Power of 12, I make a lot of fun of George Bush. I actually have met him. I never agreed with his politics, but he's not a terrible human being, though he's done some terrible things. A lot of the problems that we have had to endure is not because people are evil, but because they are following paradigms which really have outlived their purpose. The whole economic system of capitalism is wonderful, but it was never intended to create multi-billionaires. No one really needs billions of dollars to live a satisfying life. And we need to start thinking, and for that matter, no one intended our government to have budgets of trillions of dollars and create all these special interests which are in complete conflict with the real purpose of government. So we've got a lot of problems to solve, and it may just be that the way to solve them is by sidestepping them and not trying to solve them directly, but creating something new and effective. And whether that's through non-governmental organizations or just grassroots movements, I don't know. I'm not a political analyst. I'm not even a sociologist. But I know that there is something going on. And it's not just me. I've studied indigenous people. They have been predicting this large change for centuries. And I think we're in the middle of it. And the Mayan calendar, from a mathematical point of view, was the most accurate calendar that has ever been created. And we're finding out more and more details about how that calendar is related to specific physical phenomena, including the wobble and the rotation of our planet, which has a 26,000-year cycle identical to the Mayan calendar period that just ended. So there's a lot of mystery going on right now, but there's also a lot of hope.
Yeah, yeah. And we are on the knife edge, really in some ways. At lasthours.org, we've got a video up about, how we could be looking at extinction. And then on the other hand, we literally, if the entire world adopted just a very modest carbon tax, the entire planet could be carbon free within a decade or two. I mean, within a generation.
Well, this one of the premises of my novel, The Power of 12, is I have the Illuminati, and I'm not saying the Illuminati actually exists, but I create this character, Arnold Wheeler Dealer, who's the grand light and keeper of the code for the Illuminati. And he's fulfilling what he thinks is his mission, which is that only the Illuminati should be in charge, and he's GMO and everything else. But the reality is, you can change the structure very quickly. Hydrogen, other alternative fuels will come up.
Yeah. Bill, you're fading out. We're out of time.
Okay.
But Bill Gladstone, William Gladstone, 12 the book, 12thebook.com. The book is The Power of 12. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Tom.